Welcome back to the Leeds Rhinos podcast. We're slightly delayed from normal because we're over here at the Man of Steel dinner in Manchester, and I'm joined by our sporting director Ian Blease. Before we get on to the awards themselves, Ian, it's been a while since that final game of the season. How's everyone reacted to that? Are we on to 2026 already?
Not quite. It was a tough night to get over, wasn't it, Phil? Immensely disappointing, but we have to move on now. But yeah, it's going to take a little bit more time. But yeah, we're looking forward to pre-season, planning for that, planning for some new recruits to coming off the back of it as well. So yeah, excited about next year now.
The boys are obviously on a break. Brad had them in first of all for a review process. That go all to plan. Everyone has left camp knowing exactly what Brad's thoughts are.
yeah. As always, there's no grey areas with Brad, is there? So he's come in and spoke to him individually, right down to the youth players, the transition players, and spoke to them honestly and openly, and that's what players like. So yeah, we look forward to him coming back in November and getting back and looking forward to next season.
And in terms of looking back on the season, obviously we wanted to go further and did, but in terms of the progression we've made of the players coming through, we're in good shape going into forward, particularly when you look at the young sides as well, reaching their grand finals.
Yeah, it was nice to see, wasn't it, some of the youngsters coming through and playing, and then we changed it up a little bit towards the back end, bringing a few signings in. So we were just trying to push that a little bit further because we thought we could get there. Still not really. Well, when it happened in the last game when we got beat off Saints, I wasn't quite ready for it to finish. But yeah, excited about what we can do next year. The youth pathways coming through. Chev Walker's done a great job there. Obviously the academy and the scholarship in the grand finals, the women too. So yeah, the club's in good hands, I think, and we'll keep pushing on.
It's Rugby League Awards night over here in Manchester. You're on home turf tonight, so you'll be our host. But great to have players nominated. Ruby Bruce is nominated for the young player in the Women's Super League, and Jared O'Connor's got the top tackler, so he's going to walk away with awards there. Nice to have those players included. Yeah,
really special, isn't it? And hopefully Jake being nominated for the Man of Steel as well, we might do well in that as well. But it's great when the club are recognised like this. Really proud.
You mentioned Jake there. What a season he's had for the Rhinos. He's in that final three nominations. When you signed Jake, could you have imagined it would go as well as it has done?
Yeah, I think I could, and we talked about it. We actually joked about it. Not joke, but we spoke about it, me and Jake. He'll get it and win it, and we chuckled about it, but obviously being serious as well. So yeah, I knew what he could come and do. It was about putting him on the right stage, wasn't it? The right club. He's played well previously, but I think the Rhinos is just perfect for Jake, and I'm really pleased for him and his family.
And the fact that this award is awarded to the person who's consistently getting those top marks every single week, does that show how that he's developed his game in that sense, that he is consistent every single week for the team? Yeah,
and the coaching staff have done a real good job in, managing to make sure every week is on point with everything he does. And I think we missed him when he didn't play, so Brad and Jamie and Grixie and Chev done really well in making him perform every week, and the boys around him. He's a great guy, and I know he gets a bit of bad publicity here and there, but I find him a really good human being. He works for a community club, he coaches them, and he's just a great guy, and I'm really pleased for him that he's come here and done it in the first year.
Yeah, and in terms of that top three, obviously Michael Lewis and Jay Field in there. Jake's the only one who's sort of outside of the two grand final teams, but does that show the impact that he's had on the competition? This award always was the person has the biggest impact on the competition. I think certainly Jake's done that.
He's done it, yeah. He's done it all season as well, hasn't he? So every time he gets that ball, you can see AMT, or if they're away from home, you can hear the murmur of, what's he going to do now? And he comes up with some special plays, he comes up with some special kicks, and he's a great all-round player, and I'm pleased to have him at the Rhinos.
And personally, yourself, well, not yourself, you were slightly missed out on the Man of Steel accolade, but in your role post-playing, you've had Jackson Hastings at Salford, probably unfancy when he first arrived here, proved his worth with the Red Devils, and then got himself a Man of Steel. Brody Croft had well documented his time at Brisbane, then he came and sort of resurrected his career with Salford after you brought him in. To have three on the scoreboard there must give you a lot of self-satisfaction.
Yeah, it's nice, but you know, players are artists, and you give them the right paint and the right canvas, and they play well and they perform well, don't they? And that's all I've done with Jake this year. He's at the right club, with the right people and the right players around him, and it's all credit to him that he's done really well this year.
It's a bit remarkable, really, that only the fifth player, Leeds player to ever win Man of Steel. It's remarkable. You know, David Ward, the first one in '77. Yeah. Gary Schofield won it then. Yestin Harris won it in '98, and Zach Ardegger was the last one in 2015. It just shows what sort of company he's keeping. Yeah,
and he should be very proud of that, shouldn't he? Some great names there, some absolute Leeds legends, and Jake's forging his name within this club now, and long may it continue.
Back now with us on the Leeds Rhinos podcast. Delighted to be joined, a bit of a crossover of podcasts here. Knock-on Effect meets Leeds Rhinos podcast. The one and only Jared Oconor. And Jared, we're here at the Rugby League Awards. You've already picked up, I was going to say silverware, goldware.
Yeah.
Super League's top tackler. What you pleased to get it, first of all?
Yeah, happy. All the lads have been teasing me, saying it's spot of the year, not top tackler. But happy to get it. A nice little trophy, I guess, to take home.
You've got to make the tackles, that's the key. You don't want to be top missed tackler of the year. It's a better one than that one, I suppose. Obviously had a bit of time now since the season came to an end, how do you reflect on things?
Still not got over that Saints game, but I don't think anyone will until we get going again next year. But I think overall it was a step in the right direction for us, and I think with the squad that we're building, and we got most people staying on board obviously next year. There's a few losses which we'll miss, but hopefully we obviously get some good replacements for them and kick on next year and look to win some silverware.
Will that have lit a fire in the stomachs of every player, how the season ended when it comes to pre-season?
Yeah, well, I think we were all not expecting to get there, but we all knew that was a minimum standard, so we've I feel like at the end of the season we let ourselves down a little bit, but yeah, like you said, it's lit a fire in us, and yeah, I think we're already ready to go back to pre-season, as daft as that sounds, because it's never fun, but we wanted to get going and get next year underway.
Different sort of off-season for you as well. Obviously, a father now, you can't jet off to the beaches like the rest of your team. That's how you filling your time.
Well, we've already been away. The young lads have been abroad for a couple of nights, and then I'm going Turkey with my family as well. Me, wife and son, we're all going, so still getting some sun, luckily, but just filling it with training and making sure coming back in the right shape.
When you reflect on this season, you must be proud of what you personally have achieved this year.
Yeah, really happy with, obviously from the position at the start of the year, I always said I wanted to be the starting 9 at Leeds, and to sort of push my way into the starting team has obviously been a good achievement, but obviously wanted to win something as well at the end of the year, but didn't manage to do that, so that's the next step.
I'm disappointed there when I said to you, you must be proud of your achievements. You didn't first of all say, delighted how Knock-on Effect's gone and the launch of it, and it's really...
Do you know what, we've actually really enjoyed it. Me and Tom always say it's actually really fun, and we've got some good guests coming up next year. I think we've got some ideas going, so... Hopefully we'll get some even better guests coming on.
And in terms of tonight's Rugby League Awards, Jake Connors nominated for the Man of Steel Award. Just talk to us about Jake and what he's given to the side this year.
Yeah, he's one of the best players I've played with by a mile. It's not even close. There's some of the stuff that he can produce on the field is absolutely mental, but it's I would never say it to him, but it's actually a pleasure to play alongside him. Just knowing that in attack, if we ever need anything to come off, that he's always there. But yeah, if he doesn't win the Man of Steel tonight, then I don't know what's going on.
Cast your mind back 12 months when the rumours were going around that we were in for Jake, and people who maybe didn't know him or he had a reputation for how he was on the field. Do you remember what your thoughts were when you thought Jake Connor was coming to the Rhinos?
I remember wondering what position he's going to play first off, but I already knew a few lads that knew him and said he was a good lad, so I was already expecting an half-decent lad, which he's turned out not to be. But no, I didn't know what to expect, to be fair, but he's come in, and like he said, he wasn't even in the starting team, but he's pushed his way in as well, and yeah, what a signing he's been.
I mean, it's the way Brad is with the players and gets them through. He seems to be like a typical Brad Arthur player. Brad, he'll ask them what he wants them to do, and then what they want to deliver, and he's delivered it. He's got his place in the side and kept his place in the side. Yeah, that integrity of Brad. If a bit like yourself, you wanted that 9 shirt. You've worked hard to get there. It shows the faith the coach has in players.
Yeah, well, I think Brad gave him a few things that he needed to work on, and he went away and did everything that he was asked of straight away, and Brad's obviously shown the faith in him. He's done what he was told, and look how good he's paid off for him. He's nominated for Man of Steel tonight, and hopefully he'll win it.
And in terms of the group as a whole, has he really lifted the group? You know, particularly that attacking threat that he's offered, the options he gives us on attack.
Yeah, every time you step on the field, we always back our defence, but then as soon as we get the ball, I think with the strike players we've got, and Jake's being one of the main ones, like we back our attack as much now when we need to win games. We've shown it this year at times, like especially against Hull FC and them games where we'd never give in, and we knew we could get teams in the last couple of minutes if we stayed patient, which is a big thing that we're going to work on in pre-season. I think just making sure we nail that, but we've proved we can do it, especially with that game, and Jake's always one of the leaders there.
That's enough chat about Jake. We don't want him to get ahead of himself. We'll finish off by chatting yourself. Top tackler out there. I mean, we see the incredible numbers that you stack up every week, 50-odd tackles and all that. I mean, first of all, how tough is that out there in the middle making those tackles? Secondly, how tough is it on the body the morning after when you've got to get up having made those tackles?
Yeah, it's tough on the field. I think a lot of the lads obviously pick me out when they see me, Mick, Cooper, Tom, Keenan next to me, and they think, oh yeah, I'll run it in. I don't blame them, to be fair. But no, yeah, obviously a big part of my game is just working hard and trying to get them tackles so the big lads get some quicker play the balls from me. But yeah, the next day after games, I'm actually never too that bad, to be fair. But I always say that's because I'm still young. So as I'm getting older, I'm just taking it for now. I'm just being happy that I'm not getting too sore, because I know one day it's going to hit me, and I'll regret not taking advantage of it.
Is your dad tipped you up about that? What it feels like a bit later on?
Yeah, to be fair, even Gretz and Brad said just make sure I don't keep overworking too much, as in like on days off and that. Don't Joe forget that I'm getting a bit older, so yeah, just keep that in the back of my mind.
Very good. Well, congratulations, Jared. Super
you.
League's top tackler. We'll be back after the awards and hopefully stood here with a Man of Steel. Welcome back to the Leeds Rhinos podcast.
I didn't know you were getting on then.
Delighted to be joined by the 2025 Steve Prescott MBE Man of Steel, Jake Oconor. First of all, your initial reaction to winning the award?
Yeah, just probably a whirlwind of emotions. Proud, special honour, and yeah, pretty lost for words when it come up, but yeah, I'm quite sunk in yet, but yeah, very special.
You are a rugby league aficionado. When you're not training or playing, you're coaching rugby league. You know the special names that have won this trophy previously. To be on that roll of honour, that must give you a great deal of pride and satisfaction.
Yeah, it does. Obviously, not many get to lift this award, and you see the names that have won it in the past. All great names, all worthy winners, and just to be up there in the category of him is very special. And yeah, it's something I'll look back on for a very long time.
You are only the 5th Leeds player to lift this award. Someone you know very well was a previous winner, Yestin Harris, who was your manager as well. You're in rarefied company there as well as a Leeds player.
Yeah, I am, and yeah, like I say, he's been my manager. He's been through thick and thin with me, and I think he's one guy that has always believed I could win this award. And I had a lot of opinions throughout my years, and people telling me I couldn't, and stuff like that. And he's been one person that's really stood by my side and given me some great advice. And yeah, it's just fitting that we've both got his name on the trophy list.
A nice touch. Brian Carney read out a note from your mum as well. She was wishing you well.
Who did she get in touch with?
Don't blame me.
She was asking me some names to get in touch with, and I was weren't giving her anything. But because I knew it'd make me emotional up there, and yeah, I almost broke down. But no, quite nice.
Very good. And of course, the year itself. We'd love to be involved in the final game of the season this Saturday at Old Trafford. It wasn't to be, but for you personally, you must be take a great deal of satisfaction from how 2025 has panned out for you.
Yeah, 100%. It's been a great year for me and the boys. Look, it doesn't always plan out the way you want it to, and I've said before, KR, it's been a 3 or 4 year thing for them. So, we're still building, and I think with the way Brad plays, we've got another pre-season under his belt. I think we'll be even better in 2026, and we're definitely going for it next year.
Yeah, I remember talking to you when you were doing them M runs when you first arrived at the club, and you said, "Phil, I haven't done a pre-season for a long time." So now having got that first one out of the way, what can we expect from Jake Oconor 2026 mode with another big pre-season under his belt?
Yeah, hopefully a better one. Like I say, I still feel like I've got loads of improvement in my game. So if I can nail all them little improvements, I'm sure I'll have another year like I did this year. But you know, it's obviously it's not all about me. I want to play a part in leading Leeds Rhinos to success, and you know that's a Challenge Cup and Grand Final that come with it. So we're chasing that next year.
And the award itself even more special, given the calibre of the guys you were up against, Mikey Lewis and Jay Field. They had outstanding seasons. They'll be at Old Trafford on Saturday, obviously.
Yeah, they have, and you know, I think credit to Mikey, you know, to win it last year and then to get himself in the nominees again. It's not easily done, and you know, Jai's been in it a couple of times now, and both phenomenal players, and you know, good luck to him in this week's Grand Final, and yeah, hopefully we're there one day.
And you've had a couple of disappointments recently. The Rhinos and Siddle missed out in the final on Saturday. Does this go some way to soften those defeats?
Yeah, it's bittersweet, isn't it? Obviously getting knocked out by Saints and Siddle losing the Grand Final, so I've had a pretty tough few weeks. But no, celebrate this one tonight. That's for sure.
Is it important to celebrate it? You know, you've had some tough times during your career to get a moment like this and celebrate and enjoy it.
Yeah, I think so, and I think that's a big part of rugby league as well. You know, any silverware should be appreciated and should be celebrated. So, yeah, we'll celebrate tonight with a couple of beers and it'll be over and done with tomorrow.
Great stuff. Well, on behalf of all the Rhinos fans, Jake, we just want to say a massive congratulations. It's been an incredible year. It's been great to have you as a Rhino, and we cannot wait for 2026. Being there, congratulations, pal. Following deserved.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks for joining us on the Leeds Rhinos podcast. We'll see you next time. Signing off from our Man of Steel. We'll see you next time.